Well, you got to treat her like a lady, so affectionately. You gotta treat her like a lady, and you can see, you know what I mean. I know you love her like a woman. Says, hey, have you been missing for a week or so? I haven't seen you at first for a while. Teresa Hopkins and China Doll. Oh, you got a new dance step. All right. Salsa. Howdy. Just read my book one. Miss Sherry. All about Mika. Teresa Hopkins. How y'all? I want to talk a little bit about this story. Apparently, Sister Sean Bradley, she's getting all the airtime that she desires in the last week or so. But we will continue the story. So apparently these people are saying that a view is a view, otherwise known as Ma'am Pam or Miss Pam or Pam. They're saying that she is lying. They're saying that she did not have a good time on one of their Vegas trips, right? She said the accommodations were raggedy. Well, we don't know how she usually goes to Vegas. Gray hair. Lord have mercy. I'm getting old, honey. Anyway, they're saying that she has no right to say that she didn't have a good time. Let me tell you something, people. Homelessness. We're going to talk about homelessness for the first few minutes here. When you are homeless, it is the low point of your existence. When you don't have a place to lay down, honey. If you are sleeping in your car, that is the low point of your life experience, right? Imagine having to use the restroom, keep your body clean if you don't have a place to go. It's very humiliating and it's very hard period to go through in life. And most of us, well, I won't say most of us, I know say I. I certainly had my experience. Fortunately, I had someone who cared enough about me that they kept taking me in. So I was only out there on the street when I chose to be out there. But my point is, it's a low point. So he came up with this idea of dragging somebody to Vegas. So he's saying that he's taking poor, pitiful Miss Pam, who's sleeping in her car. He gonna drag her to Vegas, right? But the point is, Sean Bradley, listen to this. Listen to this. Take us in. They may not remember. I don't know who the quote is from. They may not remember what you said to them, right? But they will always remember how you made them feel. How you made them feel. Is my homelessness, is my crying late into the night because I have nowhere to go. And my car barely has gas in it. Since that is the theme of your excursion, over and over all through this thing, the insults are coming about her being homeless. Now, how does that make a woman feel in this whole sea of other women? They all got a place to live, whatever. But her living condition is the joke, right? Now, she may not even be aware of it, but it may very well be that she was not having a good time. She was not having a good time. And anything that was purchased for her, she might not have liked that at all. I'm not a person who's used to taking charity. I work for a goddamn company. I have a job, right? So for him, it seems like they were following her around with the camera to make her like the mascot of the event, right? So even though he thinks it's so amusing that her being homeless, it could have been very hurtful. So he released a video showing her being giddy, having a good time. My first question is, why is so much film being taken of her? You have a whole room full of people. I didn't see nobody else being followed around with a damn camera, right? He's taken and edited the parts where she was feeling so wonderful and giddy, right? Side of that woman. Of course, she's going to laugh and smile and try to of the party. She seemed to me to be one of the life of the party, really. But it is wrong. It is wrong to single people out to make them feel less than and then expect them to have had a good time. How in the fuck is it a good time? You're laughing. Tell me a joke. I want to laugh. You're going to take me someplace so I can be your mascot for your generosity? Same thing he did with that lady Nika girl. Same thing he did when he bought me that goddamn hamburger. Boy, I would have threw that motherfucking hamburger across the lawn if I had any idea that you actually were going to throw a motherfucking hamburger up in my face. So if you would throw a goddamn hamburger, which couldn't have been more than $10, if you would throw that up in my face continually, I can only imagine what you did to that woman in Vegas. Hey, people. So maybe she is defending herself. She said, I ain't had no good time. The place was a dump. It's a toilet. Why are people continually disgruntled after having an interaction with you, Sean Bradley? Ask yourself, why did they always end up hating me? Right? Another thing is, you didn't like her getting all that attention in Vegas because she was, appeared from what you showed us, the life of the party. That would always bother you. That's why you canceled James Caldwell out of your whole Vegas, going to Vegas thing, right? Did you tell him that, oh no, I wanted to be about me? And all this show shit, all this all about me. Oh, you gonna come to Vegas and talk about me? Oh, why do you need all this? One thing. The second thing is, I think you resented that woman. She will never be invited here again. She's taking all the attention. The attention's supposed to be on me. Only time we saw you was when you were making fun of her being homeless. She was the punchline. So if she exaggerates about the accommodations and all this kind of stuff, why? How did you make that woman feel, honey? I don't give a goddamn who paid for anything, bitch. If you're going to make me feel less than, if you're going to make me the butt of your jokes, I am not having a good time. That's not a good time for me. That's a good time for you. So people, don't be impressed because he done came out with some video. Don't that bother y'all that he keeps coming out with all these videos he's been saving to prove all this? And I'm gonna drop a video on this one, and then last week he dropped a video on the other girl. What's the other girl? Right. Oh, don't counted up to 63, honey. Anyway, that's silly. I don't know that girl's name. I'm trying to think of her screen name. Anyway, y'all saw the way he threw up videos of audio of her going into the, why can't I think of that one? People, what's that woman's name? The girl who he released last week, going to somebody's house. I do know the name, but I am a senior citizen. I'm leaning on it right now. Let me see. I know y'all know. No, it wasn't Navani Vaughn. I just get these brain freezes. It bothers me. Wow, I thought her being homeless was a joke. No, it wasn't a joke. They presented it as a joke, Star Kenny. They thought it was very amusing. And she had to play along with the joke. What was she supposed to do? Cry? Whatever. Oh, look at all these people in here. Okay. My point is this, honey. People turn on you, Sean Bradley, because of the way you made them feel. You are still trying to present that woman as a homeless woman. Isn't she an accountant? So far, she's the only one who seems to have a real career. Because this other shit, you talking about you a telemarketer for AT&T or some shit like that, calling, you know how many people I hung up on this morning? They called my house. Do you want insurance? I said, girl, we can fix your, I ain't got no problem, no credit card. I don't own a credit card, girl. Why you keep calling my house? So you just hang up on him. That's what he does for a living, right? But he wants to continually put this woman in the position that she is a homeless bum, right? And only because of him dragging her to Vegas and all this kind of stuff, it sounds like he didn't pay for it nearly as much as he said he paid for. It's how you treat people, honey. It's how you treat people. When I came back from Atlanta, I thought I had a good time. I thought it was fine. It was fun. Y'all saw us laughing and giddy and all that. What about that? Then when I get back here, I see he's using me to entertain those witches. So yeah, my opinion changed then. Not your goddamn joke. As I recall, in that period where Pam was homeless and she shared that she was homeless, I don't know if you tell these people all your business. It just doesn't work on here. It works better in groups where you're together, where people are being serious. Anyway, wasn't she taking care of one of her aunts that was dying at that time? Wasn't she just saying simply that she did not have her own place, but she had been working to help these other people for quite some time, and she was burnt out, from what I recall. So, Bradley, if you don't know why that woman is saying now that she did not have a good time, it could be that she felt like she was the butt of your joke in Vegas. Everybody laughing. Who they laughing at? They're laughing at me. Why is the camera always on me? To make fun of me. Because I'm in a bad situation, which I share with people who I thought gave a fuck about me, I was going through. So, my conclusion, what question did I ask in the beginning? I said, was it disgruntled? She didn't work for him, so it really could be disgruntled. Hurt or honest? I think I'm leaning towards hurt. I think you hurt that girl's feelings. And the whole time when you came back, the emphasis was always on the fact that she was homeless. There is absolutely nothing funny about being homeless, honey. It is a painful experience. It's not for your fodder. You who live on the edge, always on the edge of bankruptcies, you could experience the same thing at some point in your life, right? We're all blessed because we got a roof over our head, honey. That's what I believe. I believe that's what it is. She did not voice that that's what it was, but me even watching that shit that he put together where he shows her in moments of being happy, just like it did us in Atlanta. When they showed the video after the thing was over, 4 or 5 hours, we all looked like we were happy, having a good time. Everybody was hugging each other. I was even sitting next to the dead person. That ain't the way it was. That's what you chose to film. But that was really not the show, honey. We came on raw. We came on raw, and it was ugly. Not as ugly as him, but it was still ugly. But it depends on what you show. So those little 10-minute clips and so forth they showed hours later, that was not the primary experience, honey. Some people could have called it dangerous. How y'all doing today? You got to treat her like a lady. If you want to treat somebody to something, honey, you go there to take their mind off of the issue, right? If she was really going through that situation at that time, she wants to be away from it. She don't want this to be the primary thing now. Get away from my car. Oh, a homeless person trying to get me. A homeless woman. Is that funny? When I tried to clean under my arms, I had nowhere to clean them. I had to go to nasty bathrooms. Was that part funny? When I'm sleeping in my goddamn car and I don't know if somebody can go in there and knock my goddamn window out and kill me or hurt me? A woman out there on the street? Was that part funny? Was it funny when I'm going for months? I can't even watch a television. I can't even cook a hamburger. Was that the part that was funny? What part of homelessness was funny? Yet that's all they seem to laugh about. It is the character of the person. It is the character. I remember one time I was another jail story. I was in jail. All these people, these drug people, we all went to jail all the time, right? And so we ended up in jail. And this guy, who I guess he was kind of a big time dealer kind of thing. And there was this, so a lot of his customers were there in jail with him, right? And he had this guy who was obviously slow. The guy was mentally challenged. He had him take off all his clothes and run across the yard. Now, why was that necessary? Why was that necessary that the cops had to come in there and tackle that kid who was not working with all the senses? He did it. He thought it was funny. Why is that funny? These people kill me on here. They're always talking about, oh, it's okay to roast and gag. Oh, it's okay to roast and gag as long as you don't do this and you don't do that. And you don't, girl, how you going to decide what is funny to me? I'm not laughing. How are you going to determine what the fuck is funny? My opinion only, people. I know you love her. Come on, Sister Rose. Where's Sister Rose? Like a woman. Treat people with respect, honey. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's my thing is. And I can't stand a bitch paying. I don't like people buying stuff for me, taking me no place. I don't like it. There's one person on here. When I was having difficult times, whatever, my friend that comes on here, Gamage. I always have my place and all that kind of stuff. I get benefits and all that kind of stuff. But many times, before I even started YouTube, there was no money, right? So he's the only person that I will allow to pay for a dinner for me. Otherwise, if I had the money, I ain't going. I ain't going. I don't want these people thinking they are rescuing me. Rescue me. Take me in your arms. Take my love. I let Gamage do it. He's my best friend, and he understood what my situation was. It changed very quickly, kind of thing. But I'm just saying, when we were able to go out to places and so forth, I was unemployed and he was employed. So many times he picked up the check. That's the only person. None of the rest of them, honey. But I don't remember him ever throwing that up in my face. I'm paying for the meal. Look what I did for you. And the real, I mean, her situation is only going to last. I don't know what her situation is now or whatever. But when you come out of it, she's still an accountant and you still a telemarketer. Right? Telemarketer, honey. That's the low end. Do telemarketers make more than minimum wage? Who is Sister Rose? How y'all doing today? What do you think about Kwame Brown going in on Black conscious celebrities? I don't know anything about this story. I keep hearing this name, Kwame Brown, and I keep hearing it associated with Charlemagne the God. And apparently they're dragging Charlemagne's situation with that young girl up again, where apparently he was a part of a group of people who end up getting out of control in a party, from what I understand. But it's an old story. I think in this story like 15 years old. I mean, how much are you going to crucify this man for? Is it for the rest of his life? So they bring up a video that was filmed 15, 20 years ago. I mean, at some point you've been to court, you've been found innocent. When do you let him go? Anyway, I don't know the exact details of that story. I came in too late to actually make commentary on it. So I wasn't even aware of who this guy Kwame, who he was. Apparently, Dr. Boyce Watkins, whatever, he's had opinions about it. Whatever. If I don't catch these stories from the beginning, I don't know who the people are involved. I don't know how invested I am to go research it. Right. Hey, Better Days, Zillars, Teresa Hopkins. I've been there. That's a hard experience, honey. I think it would be horrible. What the fuck are you laughing about? That's one of the worst experiences there is. I can look out my window. I can see people out here by the train who are sleeping in tents. Is that something I go over there and make fun? Get out! Look at that. Where's your toilet at? Look at where your pee at? There's something funny about that. It is the question of the character. Your character, honey. I think you hurt that girl's feelings to the core. I think when she got back to where she lived, and she had to go back to whatever her situation was, I bet she probably cried herself to sleep that night because of the way you made her feel. You made it worse. You were supposed to be rescuing her, giving her an excursion, a way to get out of town, get away from it, relax your mind. That wasn't it at all. That was the primary thing. Apparently, you kept a camera on her. Baby, be careful who you take. Distant love, love, you love her. Ooh, ooh. How can you treat my heart? And now you chose a good name, Distant Lover. That is a good name. That song was beautiful. So mean and cruel, didn't you know, sugar, that every moment. Marvin Gaye. His whole show is to find out all about lives and use it against you online. There's probably all going to come out of it, Priscilla. There's probably all that's going to come out of it, honey. There are probably hundreds of shows that are presented. People are trying to shoot pilots and stuff, honey. They're shooting pilots with $200,000 budget. Here's the money, go make a pilot, right? And this show is up against all of the other shows that are being presented. Now, is this what you're going to invest your money in? Bunch of silly ass people going there hollering, screaming at each other, and you don't even know who they are? Where's the show? You're showing me a reunion of these people coming together. Coming together from where? From what? Right? So be aware, people. This is just my guess. This is just my guess. These people are going to try to put together a show out of these right here, these things right here. They're going to take what people have had beefs and whatever, similar to what the girl Billie Jean does, and make a show out of that. At the end of the show, them showing all these people beefing with each other and so forth, all the hollering and screaming and all that kind of stuff. At the end of it, then they're going to present the reunions. And that's all this is. This ain't no damn show. No show. She said no show. Oh, yeah. There's no show. Show. I got a new song, honey. Laughing at her, not with her. Laughing at her, not with her. Exactly, Teresa Hopkins. I'm sure they've had some nasty moments. They didn't show us everything. They showed us what he picked out. He edited. He wanted to show that all of a sudden, all he wants to do, all he has for film for Vegas is Pam getting in and out of cars and so forth. Moments. You can mix up anything, honey. Moments. What about when she was really getting her feelings hurt? What about when they were making homeless jokes? It's so funny. Meanwhile, they go back home and they go into work as a janitor. I think struggle is good for a person. I really do. I believe that your life is enhanced when you've been through something. I think people who have not been through struggles in their lives, I think they're lesser people because they don't really understand, right? I think it makes you a better person. I think it breeds compassion for other people. Mm-hmm. A view is not homeless. She just has no home around. Okay, that was the situation then. As I recall, she was mostly at her aunt's house, who was very sick. You can go for a long time without a home, you know. That's how drug addicts live. They ain't got no place to live. Most of them, they just go from one place to the other, get high here for a week. The people get tired of you, throw you out, go somewhere else, get high. You know, they call it couch surfing. But you can be in that situation. A lot of people who come into recovery, initially, they don't have a place. They couch surf. I've been in that position too. It's not who you are, though. It's just what you're going through, honey. You've been through some things. That's all. Mm-hmm. Teresa Hopkins at Just Read My Book. Can I read that? Teresa Hopkins, not personal, is it? It took some real work, but endured. Plus, I had my son with me. Oh, so she had a homeless situation. So, honey, this country is about to go through hell with this goddamn eviction stuff, right? So there's going to be a whole lot of people going to end up in that situation. I wouldn't be laughing too loud. I'm serious about that. because they're not going to keep these moratoriums up forever. And these landlords who are paying mortgages on these buildings, they're going to want that money. And a lot of people are not going to be able to come up with it. I know what's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, your rent's $1,000 a month. Okay. Until you paid off this debt from this last year, your rent is going to be $1,700 a month. Then where the fuck you going to get that? You're starting over too. You might have to get a new job or start a new business. So it ain't funny. It can happen to anybody, honey. So I feel for this lady who said she went through it with her son with her. Because there are families who live in hotels. There are families who live in, there's a guy right outside this door who the neighbors, they've been bitching about him. Because he got a big van and it's packed full of stuff, you know, they're probably tweakers or whatever. Then it's spilled out over to the sidewalk and all this kind of stuff. And they say, oh, he got to get out of here. We got to call the police on him. The point is, people, he has nowhere to go. So the best you could get is for him to move down another block. He can go somewhere else. Where is that acceptable living, honey? Nobody likes it. Ain't nothing good about it. There's nothing good about homelessness, child. The van was nice, so I'm sure at some point he had a job or whatever. But it's hard getting on your feet in a town like this. I'm talking about where the money reside, honey. And I don't like people picking on people who are in a bad situation, honey. What if your husband just comes home and just start punching you in your face? Now you gonna stay there, or are you gonna get the fuck out best way you can? Even if that means going to a hotel room or sleeping in your car. Sometimes you just got to get away. There's all kinds of circumstances that can lead you into homelessness. No job being a big thing. This woman works. So yes, I am prejudiced. I like viewers of you. I think she's a nice lady. She's always been a subscriber of mine from the very, very beginning, since my first video, right? So yes, I'm sympathetic to her feelings. And I think that her feelings were hurt. Because she didn't tell that fool. You can't tell everybody everything, you know. Linda B, it was difficult, but I believe in God and will, and is blessed for her sacrifice. Okay. It was difficult, but I believe God will and is blessing her for that sacrifice. Okay. Yeah, I don't think she's in a situation anymore. I am thankful. No, that's a grateful song. Grateful. Let me see. If you see me, it's because I'm grateful. I like that song. Have a grateful heart, honey. Hi there, viewers of you. I hope I ain't pissed you off now. I love you. I think you're a good person, honey. But I understand. I think I understand where you're coming from. So don't take offense, honey. Put your name in there. He's got to figure out, why does people come away from him feeling so bad? What is it about you, Bradley? You always want to talk about what you done, honey. You ain't did shit. I bought her a dress. Girl, you would think that you had went to Neiman Marcus and bought that woman a goddamn floor-length gown. Was that another Vegas trip? Somebody said you were at Marshall's, child, on the sale rack. You don't throw that up in people's face. It takes away all the joy from it. Now it is an embarrassment for me. You've taken what was a good thing and turned it into an embarrassment for me. When you go and tell everybody about it. That motherfucker told me, them fools over there told me that I had never had a hamburger like the one he bought me. They also told me that I had never been on an airplane before until they bought me a ticket to Atlanta. So I was born and raised in Indianapolis. So you're telling me, what did I do? Roll my shopping cart all the way to San Francisco? Pitiful ass people. Sean Bradley, just bring your ass on here and be what you are, a telemarketer. That's it. Just be that, honey. Just say, I got a job, girl. Always act like you somebody, you some on a higher level. You ain't on the damn higher level. And quite frankly, you're going into more debt with that damn house because you can't afford it. When they took them kids away, honey, that was a major part of your income. I would say that's probably more than half of your income. You can't afford to be up in there. So you might need some of these homeless people to move in them rooms, honey, and give you some of this Social Security check. Mm-hmm. Nope, I am good. Okay, abuse of you. He did the same thing to lady. Yet he did the exact same thing to lady nigga. I wouldn't take nothing for that nigga. I wish I wouldn't even took that hamburger. Hamburger. That boy's something else there, child. He's having his moment though. And this is his moment. His once in a lifetime. Finally, he can be what he really wants to be. For once in a moment, he feels like a giant. He soars like an eagle. Won't somebody help him? And this is his moment. His once in a lifetime. Child, it wouldn't surprise me if show ain't nothing but a publicity done for this boy for his ego. Ain't nothing gonna come out of it except for people were talking about him for the last year and a half, 2 years. How long have they been recording that damn thing? 3 years? Damn. Posed and Posed that went through 3 seasons and they are wrapping up and they still ain't show one goddamn scene, girl. Child, they have had so many damn reality shows that have come and gone since then. Okay. He petty, simple, be careful how you treat people because, okay, you can trade places with them. You damn right, honey. God's in charge of all that. They don't people say, I don't believe in no karma. I don't believe in no girl. God's in charge of all that. You go too damn far, you will say, well, maybe you need to learn some lessons about that. Since you talk. See, that's the thing about it. See, people, like some people, they make fun of people with HIV, right? They talk about them, talking about AIDS. When they get their diagnosis, they don't know how to handle it, honey, because they have made it such a horrible thing that they can never admit that they were going through the same thing now, right? So maybe they don't even take their medication. They're in such extreme denial because they have tormented people for year after year after year. Be careful, people. You want to make fun of kids that are special needs or have mental problems, whatever. And then next thing you know, you done gave birth to one. What do you do with that? Since it was so horrible. I'm glad I had my experiences, honey. I'm glad I've had my experiences in this life. Hi, Lionheart. The accent pillow. A lot of people notice that pillow. It's what is it from Amazon? Mm-hmm. I ran out of things to do in my little apartment. I am going to change for years and years and years. My accent is red, right? So you see, all rugs are red, pillows are red, curtains are red. As an accent for my whole life, basically. My bedroom accent is red, and my bathroom has been red. But now, for the first time, I'm changing it. I'm turning it orange. Orange, nice, bright, modern color. So that'll be my next thing. I mean, it's all about towels and shower curtains and shit in there. Something to do. Your baby is so spoiled. Black unity. Uh-huh. Oh, you love okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be able to have company soon, I think. Things seem to be changing. About half the people I see on the street are without masks now. That's outside. You go to the Safeway, you're still required to have a mask on. But people are starting to take them off now. I had both of my shots. Most everybody I know has had all their shots. And so I think this is something like half the country is already vaccinated. So if y'all still holding out, it's time for you to rethink that. If you're ever going to have a normal life again, you're going to have to take this vaccine just for your own comfort and the comfort of people around you. So by this summer, people should be living normal lives, I think. Teresa Hopkins, let me see what you said. Uh-huh. Okay. I don't see what your comment is. How y'all doing today? Mm-hmm. I got my second dose of the vaccine on Monday. Yeah, I didn't have any. Teresa B, Linda B, did you have any side effects? I didn't have none. I got the Moderna. A lot of people are loosening up. They're starting to realize they got 100 million people and none of them dropping dead. So even if they come up with one person in Zimbabwe or some damn where or wherever, they got one died. Well, how many were vaccinated? 150 million people, and one person had a reaction. Don't cheat yourself, people. And plus, it ain't costing you nothing. I think in most places it's free. You took your Pfizer shot. Okay, good for you, Diana. We all got to cave in. So at first, I've said it before. I hate to repeat myself, but at first they were saying that, the black people, the blacks, they don't trust the vaccine. They're talking about Tuskegee. Now they're tired of blaming us. So now it's the Trump supporters. The Trump supporters. They ain't taking no damn vaccine. Look at Mr. Trump. He did take some extreme treatments after sitting up there infecting the whole goddamn White House. Mm-hmm. I am vaccinated. This is Margot Wilson. I am vaccinated. Encourage my family and friends to do the same. I got Pfizer. No side effects. Right. So you can get together with your family again. You can all feel safe. I had brain fog, swollen glands, chills. Linda B. Yeah, I had Moderna. For how long? A day or two? Whatever the side effects. I mean, they're not deadly side effects. So even if you get, flu symptoms, no side effects from Pfizer. Okay. Take a look and read. What is this? Take a look and read. I think I want to encourage you guys, if you're not really readers, one of our friends over here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go. Brown. I can't get any names today. I'm sorry. This is silly. Now I got to get the names. Hold on a minute. No, anyway. Okay, I'll talk about that later. My brain freezes up sometimes on names, recent events, what I had for breakfast. Why is that was really? Trump is vaccinated. Tell his followers. That dude was a fucking. Now they about to get his ass in New York State. That's ridiculous. How the hell is the ex-president been impeached twice, investigated from the time he went into office? Now he got all these other investigations, and they talking about that is the leader of their party. What the fuck kind of president is that? Now you find out he's a cheat. He ain't paying no damn taxes. Where you want everybody else to pay taxes? He done cut the taxes for the goddamn richest people in the country. That was the only thing he accomplished. People are stupid. That's a threat. Ain't that a bitch? Oh, they need to throw his ass in jail. Oh shit! Now I went off. Hold on. Oh, I tapped on my Amazon page. I wish I could show it to you guys. Yeah, my books are available on Amazon Books. Oh, I must have tapped on yours, Nicole Reloaded by accident. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, they have all my books on there. Uh-huh. You see, Warfin, tell me. Hi, Warfin OB. Warfin, that's your name? Goonies never say die. A summer disregard, a broken bottle top, and a man soul. Y'all doing poetry stuff now. Mm-hmm. I like to travel. Yeah, I think I can give me a trip, get out of this house for a while. Maybe I go to New York. I don't want to go to New York City by myself, though. Now, for me, when you travel, you need to have somebody with you so you can say, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Just walking by it yourself, okay, there it is, honey. So I don't have a travel companion currently, a relationship, but I wouldn't mind having a trip to New York City. That's the only place in the States that really intrigues me. I attempted to move there back in like 83 or something like that. I think it was about 83. Me and my partner went there. But I don't want to live there. It's too much. I'll take a trip back to Indianapolis this summer. Where is that? Oh, I missed it. Oh, I was going to read that. You got retracted. You read The Meth Monster? I hope you enjoyed it, Margot Wilson. Almond Brown. Thank you. Lord have mercy. So what I was trying, I'm sorry, Almond Brown. I do know your name. Excuse me. Sometimes one time I went to the Versateller and I forgot my damn password. The people, all the white people looking at me, why are you putting all these passwords in, girl? I said, I hope they don't call the police on me. Just had a blank on it. So Almond Brown, according to what she said, is going to start reading my first big novel. I have one big novel, which is my real novel. It's called Love and Gospel Music. What's Wrong with Telling the Damn Truth? She's going to read that starting, I believe, next Monday. So tune into that, people. Sometimes you can hear someone else read just a little bit, and it'll spark your curiosity. So people assume that if you're not a big name writer, then you mean you can't write. It's not true in my case. I believe my books are great. And that was a fate. That book took 3.5 years to write. Take Gamish to New York with me. He is now, okay, he leaves for, I think he's going to New York State this week. Yeah, his family is gathering, I think, upstate New York. They leave on tomorrow. Yeah, he travels a lot more than I am. He's a lot more bold about this virus stuff too, but he's vaccinated, Yeah, that might be, that's a possibility. Plus, I've been here 30 years, but before I lived here, I lived in LA for 15 years. I haven't even taken one trip to go back there. That's where I spent my youth at. And that's literally down the street. When you fly to LA, you're up in the air 45 minutes. A lot of that is descent into LA area, We'll see. Yeah, Gamma just presented that many times. He works, though, so he only gets a couple of weeks a year, unless you did a weekend or something like that. That was okay. Is she you okay? Be careful here in New York City. Be careful. No, we're careful here in New York City. Okay, New York State. Okay. It's June Pride Month. I don't know when it is. I haven't get out to Pride. Pride takes place literally right outside my window. I mean, let me see. It's outside my window is the train, then the Safeway, and then right in front of that is Market Street, and that's where the parade and stuff takes place. I have not went out that damn thing 15 years. It just doesn't excite me like it. I went for the first 30 years or so. I went every year. Then I started going to jail, of course. And now it's just not that exciting to me. I can watch it on television. So I guess last year everything got canceled, of course. or tone way that way down. But no, even if we're normal, I just don't go. It's great. It's great for young people, especially. I noticed that Target has a huge Pride section, so I think it is good for Target, right? And also on Comcast, I see they're having all their LGBTQ section now. I think it's always up, but it's exaggerated around June. Mm-hmm. Okay. I hope I spoke to everybody. Glad things have worked out for you, viewers of you. Uh-huh. I am your friend, honey. You are my friend. I never knew it till then. My friend, my friend. Oh, when I hold your hand. Boy, I wish I could sing, but God said no. You can't tell God what you gonna do, honey. If I wanted you to be a singer, I would have gave you a singing voice. All right, people. Good to see you guys. Talk to you later. Have a good week. Have a good almost weekend, actually. Have a good Thursday. Later.